And we're good.
Bang.
Right. Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are live at the Blue Collar Society podcast, and today we have Danny Thinset from Tampa, Florida.
That's right. I've
AKA the
been
Jet
down
Boy.
here originally from Connecticut, but I've been down in Florida now for 2.5 years. And, I'm loving it, honestly. I'm sitting outside just because it's perfect weather right now. And I'm digging it down here for sure.
Tampa's on the
Nice,
west coast of Florida, right?
What was that?
Tampa's on the west coast of Florida, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the water here is pretty clear. It's pretty nice down here. I can't complain. I go to the beach quite a bit. And it's cool
Longboard?
just coming from, up north to, where it's kind of murky, kind of dirtier water,
Lake
it's just,
Okeechobee
it's cool
water.
to be in clear water and be able to see fish around you, swimming around you. And, it's a different experience for sure. So I'm digging it down here.
You longboarding?
That's dope.
Uh,
That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, I do it pretty often. Yeah, skateboard, longboard. I'm always active. I run a lot. Go to gym and stuff like that. So I
Can you
like to
dance
keep
on
my
your
body
board, though?
moving.
Can you dance on your board on the longboards? That's a big thing down in Florida. The dance
No,
boards.
I seen people do it, but I maybe if I went back in the day and was a little younger, can move
I
around a
want
little
to.
better. But
Oh,
I
I
want to
tried
see
it
you
one
get on the
time, about
board.
died.
you have, yeah.
I want to see you get on there like a one-hand handstand with a trowel in the other hand.
Yeah, just like your lady. You got to be on your longboard like that.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah.
Let's
funny?
talk about that, man.
I said Michael Jordan ballerina. Michael Jordan ballerina.
Yeah, I never looked at it like that.
he put it on his cup or whatever sideways, so it looks like a ballerina. How'd you come up with that, man?
Honestly, I don't know. I just one day I was just scrolling on the internet and I saw the Jumpman logo and I kind of got inspired. I'm like, that'd be kind of cool if there was a trial right there, instead of a ball. It's just like just to kind of represent. My whole theory with it was just to kind of give out to the community eventually. Just
Yeah.
kind of representing the tile trade, the blue collar trade. I grew up doing this my whole life basically, so. I love seeing other people's work and the way they do things and kind of inspire each other, so that's basically after I thought about it, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna start giving these out to everyone just because like I said, I want to represent the whole community.
Shoot, I want a whole bag of them.
Yeah, I've been giving out quite a bit. Yeah, I literally have one left, and I'm gonna make some more.
Yeah.
I just like giving out, man. It's a
I would
good
have to say
thing.
I mean, it's unique. It's unique because it's it's got the trowel in there, and it's like your spin off on it is totally unique, But it's I think you have like um, one of the logos that stands out the most.
Yeah.
As far as like all the people that I've met,
Yeah.
like that I
Well,
mean it's the Jumpman logo, so everybody knows
yeah,
it, but
basically,
it's just
yeah,
like I don't
yeah.
know,
No,
man.
I
It's
mean,
like I love seeing that trowel on the end of there, man.
yeah. I feel like it resonates with everyone who sees it. They automatically click, and they acknowledge that immediately. So it's gonna stick with them.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's pretty cool
And I
because most people's stickers are literally a sticker with just their logo of their company or whatever it may be.
Yeah,
And yours
yeah,
yours doesn't have any words or anything on it. And
yeah.
everybody
yeah.
is like, that's Danny Thinset.
Yeah. Well,
That's
again,
pretty
like I
cool.
said, I
It's
mean, I
fire
really
though.
did it to give out to the community and kind of represent. I love seeing people win. I love seeing people do their art. I feel like this is an expression, a form of expression, in a different way. You're still making something beautiful, So it's like, it's pretty cool to like kind of represent everyone.
When are the aprons
Yeah.
going on sale?
The what?
The aprons.
The aprons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I actually use that a lot, quite a bit, just because like it's very convenient. I just have everything right there. It keeps
Yeah.
my clothes clean.
What
And-
aprons?
huh?
You have your own apron?
Oh yeah, I made one like a while ago. I've been rocking it since. I probably made it last year at some point.
I
Yeah.
didn't know
It's
this. Man, I missed
it's
that.
pretty
I missed
smart.
that.
Yeah, I feel like an artist. Literally, when I put it on, I'm like, I'm an artist. I feel like Bob Ross, you know?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
A little bit of this here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I gotta see this. What is it? It's on your Instagram, I assume.
No, it's probably on like one of my stories or something that people saw or something. But
Oh,
I put it
really?
on quite a bit. So
You get that little
That's
patio
dope, that's
porch
dope.
wrapped up?
what's up?
That patio porch that you were doing?
Oh yeah. I'm still on there. I actually have to pat it out, like the front of it, the face of it, just because it was all square and it's kind of in and out. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pat it out a little bit, and that way I'm not sitting there building up, the tiles and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, like I had to do
Yeah.
in that job we talked about.
Oh
What's that?
yeah. There's always something, right?
Man. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, man. But yeah, no. At least you're doing it the right way, though. But shit, man. I remember talking to you that time, man. I was so stressed out with that job, dude.
Yeah. No, I know. It's
That-
definitely stressful.
The apron thing is pretty intelligent though, man. I mean, you literally have everything right there. I
Yeah,
can't tell you how
honestly.
many times, like I'll have like a little handful of clips with me, and I'll just keep them with me. But you always have to keep moving them.
Exactly.
So you just got them right there.
Yeah, exactly. That way you're not moving stuff. I mean, yeah, I do have a little bucket that's separated with the clips and the wedges,
Yeah.
and usually I would do that, but it's just convenient, especially if you're doing a shower or something. You're not bending over, you're not going back down, you're not going up and down, so it's just like right there.
Yeah.
And with shims, if you're doing a backsplash, you got shims, or even a shower, shims. You just have everything right there. You're not bending over left, I mean, it's just, for me, it's just convenience.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm all for convenience, man, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, right? If it makes your
What
job
the hell
easier and faster, then why wouldn't you rock it, Like, that's the way I think and do it, I mean, I just try everything, whatever works. And it's funny because a lot of different ways work for different people, I try to learn other people's, methods and ways and tips and, learn from other people, which I do all the time, and, I think it's just all about trying different methods and ways and seeing what fits you best,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, man. Like, you got to find your own way. But I mean, you taking tidbits from everybody that you come across or work with or whatever. You pick up something from everybody, and it kind of just builds your own thing with what everybody has given you. So.
Yep. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I love, using, social media as far as connecting and networking and learning off each other and stuff like that, because I felt like I had a conversation with someone not too long ago, and it was about, when I was growing up, when I was younger and started getting into this, I didn't really have all these mentors and people that I can like kind of, get my knowledge a little quicker, just kind of learn faster, honestly, just because you're seeing it and then you're trying it and then you're like back when I started, I didn't really have too many people that were like really showing me the ropes,
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of had to learn little by little, and then eventually, when social media blew up, that's where I really started learning a lot more quicker, myself, a lot faster. I started catching on to things, and I'm still always learning. This is a trade that you can always learn something on,
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
So you saying that you've been in Tampa now for what? You said 2.5 years?
2.5 years, yeah.
So it's almost like you had to start over.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
How has that been with you trying to coordinate your jobs that you're getting?
So, I mean, when I first got down here, I had to do what I had to do. I worked for someone else for a little bit just because back home, I always worked for myself, and it was just a big change because, obviously, growing up and, wherever you're from, you're there for basically your whole life. So for me, it was 36 years before I left there, So obviously I had a lot of people that I grew up with and knew a lot of people.
Wait, how old are you?
I am 39. I'm going to be 40 next year. The big 40.
Bro, I thought
Dang.
you were closer to my age. What?
Yeah, man. I got good
I told you
genes.
he's your older brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we could
Dad?
pass that for sure.
Well, he's good for your
Dad?
dad.
It's the beard. It's the beard.
Did you have any interactions when you were 18 that went unsolved?
That what?
Because that puts me in, because I'm 22.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Jeremiah, you're actually from New Haven, Connecticut, and you never knew it.
Yeah.
Your long lost son, man. That girl you met at Alchemy.
Oh, alchemy. Wow. Throwback right there. Oh man, he knows. So growing up back in the day, like in Connecticut, especially specifically New Haven, there used to be a lot of clubs that were just always popping. Like just people
Lit.
just yes, having the best time and living the best life, living their best life for sure. And the
Absolutely.
crowds were there that were down on the streets and the blocks were absolutely insane. There'd be hundreds just all over the place, just having a good old
Like this
time.
is like you're literally, well, not literally, but I guess you're just like right in the outskirts of Yale
Yep,
University.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
man, but it's just like the amount of people that just gather there because you got people from Hartford, you got people from Bridgeport, Norwalk, everywhere, man. Everybody,
Yeah,
Milford, everybody just New Haven. That was the spot, man.
exactly. Yeah,
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 yeah.
man.
You had a lot of different crowds, people from all over. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So glad to
there's
be
actually a
talking to
lot
you,
of
man.
history in Connecticut. People don't realize, like you just said,
Oh yeah,
Yale. The
yeah.
original burger was supposedly supposed to be in New Haven, and I had a conversation about this earlier. I have to bring it up. The pizza.
The pizza.
Oh
You
boy,
can't.
Omar, don't
You
let
can't.
Omar hear you about
I
this.
battle Omar all the time. Hey, listen, I used to
Oh
live in New
please,
York.
Omar, man. New York pizza is not better than New Haven pizza, bro.
Listen. New Yorkers
There you
and their
go.
pizza are like Texans and the Dallas Cowboys. All right, they just obligated to swear that's the holy mecca
Yeah,
of the
I'm a
country.
Yankees fan too. I know how it is, but still, like that's one thing that I'm not
they
gonna. I'm not, and I was born in the Bronx, but I'm not giving New York that one.
All right, there you go.
Oh yeah,
New
that's
Haven
like
pizza
Bronx
He's on
is
my
history.
team
where
over
it's
here.
at, bro.
Oh, you know
Yeah, yeah.
someone from the Bronx vouching
There's
for another
there's
state pizza.
there's a reason why they say it's the world's best. Like I don't know. People don't realize it, but you know
uh, I
what?
mean,
I
Yeah,
used to go
man.
to New York
Elon Musk
every
is like
weekend, and I love New York pizza. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not.
Yeah,
This is a non-biased opinion. Like New Haven pizza. There's the history. The ovens there are over 100 years old at this point now. Just brick ovens.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and over the years, it acquires the taste, in the brick and everything that.
Seasoning, it's like cast iron.
And it's also the water. People don't know this, but it's the water that makes the pie too.
They say
And
that here. There's a place in Mount Pleasant here that orders water from New York to make their pizza. I don't know how accurate this is, but I mean,
really,
I don't know how they're like, what the source in New York is for this water and how they transported it here, what the process is, but I hear there's a place in Mount Pleasant that actually gets water from New York to make their dough.
yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like,
wow.
I
Well,
gotta try that place.
it's definitely real because I heard people doing the same thing down here in Florida. So
Oh
I
wow.
mean, yeah, it's
Wow,
a
yeah,
thing.
okay.
It's a thing. Yeah.
That's. I mean, how does this? I would like to know the process of how these pizza places are getting. Like, does somebody's grandma just live back home and she's just like filling water out from the tap and sending
She
it
just
down
sticks
here
her
like
finger in
overnight?
there.
Yeah.
Listen,
Right.
honey, there's a U-Haul coming full of water.
Just some old
It's
Italian
like
ladies
gold.
bottling
It's
jugs.
worth more than gold at that point.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy.
It's so funny.
Pizza, man, something I
So,
gotta slow
would
down
you
on.
say that you're pretty well established right now? Getting into Tampa, or are you still kind of like building up to that point where you can have reliable work?
I mean, I've been building up over the last couple months, quite a bit, and it's still a process. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I know with time, I'm gonna get there. Especially the work I want to be doing. I want to be
Mm,
doing more
Yeah.
higher end and more like creative type of work where the client or the contractor kind of let me design something based off of the tile they have, between the layout and just kind of do something unique and different, which I'm having a couple of jobs coming up where I have that opportunity to do it. So
Yeah.
I was just about to
you'll see
ask you about
some
that.
creative stuff coming up soon for sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna follow up and ask because I know you posted about one recently, so I was wondering if you had started that yet or when's that coming.
No, I got a couple good ones coming up. I'm just trying to wrap up this porch
Nice.
over here. It was a lot of mitering over there. I had about 56 miters, and then on top of the
Ooh.
cuts I had to do on top of it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a process. Having a 45 and then cleaning up with the pads after. Making it look nice, and then I'm gonna be epoxy in it too. So it's a lot of work.
all the fun
You
stuff.
work alone?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, if I have something like pretty big, I know a couple people that I met down here, that top people and stuff like that. So when I need it,
Cool.
but for the most part, yeah, I'm on my own. I
That's
Nice.
mean,
cool too, because I saw you going to events and things too down there.
going to what?
To events and stuff down there, like
Oh
little
yeah,
trainings and
yeah. I
stuff
just
like
went
that.
to one at the tile shop for Ardex. I try to go to all the seminars if I could. If I have time to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just always keep myself
It's worth it,
educated.
man. It's worth it.
Yeah, yeah, and
So,
Yeah.
are you big on the Ardex products? I know that's all that the tile shop carries over there, and some
Yeah, I
people
mean,
hate it or
I
love it.
started using their X5 a lot lately. I
Oh
actually
yeah,
do like that a lot. But I'm trying to, use more of the products. Like I just saw in the seminar, they had that pre-mix grout that was pretty good. I saw, the guy wiping it off, and he put a good amount of water in there just to show me, and the grout didn't sink at all. So I was like, wow, that's actually I haven't really seen that.
Yeah.
Most grout would just kind of dissolve and just sink in like
Yeah.
quicksand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wanted to try
I've never
that.
used any of their stuff.
Yeah, it's called I believe it's DG1. It's a pre-mix by Ardex. It was pretty cool. I definitely want to use it.
What would you compare it
It's
to?
similar to the Mapei CQ.
Flex color? Yeah.
The stuff that
Yeah,
comes in the bucket?
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not a big fan of it, honestly.
I'm
It's
not
kind
either. I
yeah,
don't like that stuff.
I don't think I've met anyone who's like, oh yeah, I like that. Like
Yeah.
using that grout. I haven't met anyone.
Maybe
Unfortunately.
Jordan loves my pay products. I don't know if he's big on that one
Yeah.
though.
I mean, I love Mapei as well. I love their
Yeah.
FA. The FA series is a really good grout. I like using their stuff as far as the grouts go and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
even the waterproof and the aqua defense and stuff I use a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're great. They make great products. It's just as far as like certain ones, I'm not. Rather use something else. But I mean,
So I asked this because I'm not. So I don't have like tile is the least amount experience I have in any trade,
yeah,
but for the past 2 months, it's basically what I've been doing for the contractor that I'm working with right now. He just got me installing tile and prepping showers and things like that. When it comes to grout though, I feel like well, I kind of came to this realization earlier when I was in the shower because I was thinking, and I'm like, man, maybe if you just read the bag and just stick to the, what the bag says. But I don't ever need a full bag of grout, so I feel like every time I'm mixing grout, I have a hard time getting the consistency to uh, where once you grout, like when it's time to wipe off and shit like that, I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like lately I've been, and maybe it's because I don't have the grout bucket with the sponge that I maybe it's because of that. I don't know, but I feel like my consistency is I'm inconsistent with the consistency.
as far
And
as the mix ratio goes, you're saying.
yes,
Yeah.
it's starting to kind of get annoying because I've been grouting a lot lately, and I'm like, shit, man. Every time it's like it's. Go
What
ahead.
grout? Specifically, what grout?
The either the Mapei the FA or
Yeah.
which one is the blue bag? The unsanded, the blue bag.
Yeah.
The blue bag?
is it a Mapei product?
Yeah. Matte
Yeah.
it's unsanded.
It's an ultra color. I got it, man. Don't make me run to the truck right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the
No,
Mapei products that well.
it's their unsanded grout.
Oh, you're talking
Yeah,
about the. Oh, okay, unsanded. Okay, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah. Because
I mean,
the sanded or the other one is the orange bag, but they're both FA. No,
Uh,
the ultra color FA.
no. Uh-uh.
No.
okay, you okay? Now I see what you're saying. The little label on top of the bag, right? Either
Yeah.
orange or
Yeah,
blue. So the
yeah.
blue one's an unsanded one, yeah. Yeah. As far as like the mixing goes, the FA, I always notice that it's so hit or miss as far as like when you're mixing and you put water in. Sometimes it's too stiff. You just put a pinch, and then it's just way too much, and it gets super loose. Yeah, so it's like,
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
I
I don't
had
know. I've gotten to the point where I just do a little drop at a time. Just
Give
thinking like
everybody
it's
a little
gonna go.
droplet, just one at a time, like I'm putting drops in
Spit
my
in the
eyes or
bucket.
no, because I was doing a job, and you know how like I was adding a little bit of water, and it was too much. I had to add some grout, then it was too much. You're fighting it, and I called like the guy that taught me. I was like, "Dude, what the fuck is going on?" And he's like, if you get to the point where you think it's too dry, just keep mixing it. Just keep mixing it." And he's like,
Yeah.
"It's gonna take a minute, but eventually it'll go from like solid to folding over." And it's funny because Omar originally called me at one point. He was like, "Bro, what the fuck?" I was like, "Just keep mixing it." And he's sitting there on the phone. He's like, "Oh, okay, it's starting to work." But I ran into that issue, and it's just, and that's honestly with all grout. Just keep mixing it more than what you think, and eventually the consistency will change. But
Mhm.
that not PFA, man, like I said, it was like one drop, and that was
Yeah.
one drop too many.
Literally, yeah. Yeah, it's
like
so
an
hit or miss with it. Yeah.
uphill battle, but
Yeah.
Man,
it's
okay,
amazing.
well, shit. I'm glad it's not just my inexperience. It's a battle that we all fight.
No,
My
it's
experience
not
with
just you.
Mac
It's
FA
a
was
lot of people.
terrible.
Trust me.
Word.
Like
But
Okay.
once you get it mixed consistently and right, to spread and use it, I actually do enjoy using that product. As far as the grouts go,
Yeah,
it's like one of my
I do
main ones
too.
I
I think
use.
it cleans up really good. I just feel like I can't. That consistency is just what
hey,
gets me. But
Illumination.
the
Yeah,
What's up?
I just saw you
Illumini.
guys at the Blankia event
oh,
in
I
Durham,
don't
North
have my
Carolina
YouTube on.
Oh,
with
really?
Jeremy. Yeah, I was just there today with Jeremy from Bathmatic Solutions. I actually won the Illumini from that
Oh, no
drawing.
way, really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a
that's
really
pretty
cool
sweet.
system. But anyway,
Oh, yeah,
What did they just jump in
definitely cool.
the? Did they just jump in the chat on YouTube or
yeah,
something?
yeah, they're in the chat.
Oh
Right.
shit! Let me put the computer up real quick.
So Harry, you got
Yeah,
any
I'm
gear?
gonna be using some of the products.
Yeah. So
They
you saw
started.
them at coverings too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to
It's
get
a.
them on the podcast too. I know this is Danny's
Yeah. I
episode, but we
trust
talked to
me.
them.
Oh yeah, definitely. You
Okay,
should
you're on
definitely
it
get them
already.
on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if people don't know, whoever watching right now, Illuminish. It's a very cool product. I love it. I'm gonna be using it coming up. Like I said, this is one of the
Yeah.
jobs I get to kind of do whatever I want. So it's gonna be cool, and I'm definitely gonna be using one of those. I've been talking to him about it, and just because I want to get familiar with it. I haven't used it yet, but I'm very excited to use it coming up.
Yeah. Same here. I got a shower coming up. We're gonna use I don't know what the sizes are, but I believe she wants something around a 12 by 12.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That
got
Yeah,
was one of
I
the companies that stuck out to me the most at coverings, to be honest.
yeah. Oh,
yeah, for
I
sure.
was just about to say that if you're gonna work with somebody, work with Harry because we're making our rounds of cover, and Harry's like, "Hurry the fuck up!" There's illumination over here. It's like I want to talk. Like Harry, you
Yeah.
gotta walk past all these people we're gonna talk to. We're gonna make it over there. He's like, "Come
Well,
on, let's go."
it's such a great product because
Yeah,
it's so easy to use, and it's just, it's just made well.
yeah.
I was looking at it.
Yeah, it really is. It really
I'm
is,
These
very
man.
patches,
hands-on. I like to see things, and touch things. That's
yeah.
like, that's how I know if it's good. I could look at a picture, but it's different when you actually see it in person.
You want to hear
Yeah.
something interesting about their niches?
What's
About the
that?
LED strips? I didn't know this. So like you guys seen LED strips before, right? You obviously know the more LEDs you have, the better the light looks.
Yep.
Yeah.
In 1 foot of this LED strip, they have 72 diodes.
In one
Wow.
foot?
72 like diodes, which is the actual LED itself per foot.
Wow.
Dude,
That's
it was crazy. And
That's
now
a
the whole
lot. That's a
channel
lot.
is magnetic. It used to I think they glued it into place, but now it's magnetic, so you can pull it out and you can pop the grommet off and you can service it. Like if you want to swap the whole thing out, you can do that which is a new thing they
Do
made.
you know what kind of diodes they use for their LEDs? Not that that matters because it's not like
no,
never
it's
mind.
what.
But
Honestly, there's like thousands and thousands out there.
yeah,
Whatever they're using, it is a really nice one because it puts out a nice amount of light, and when you add the diffuser to it, man, it's like a really smooth and consistent light. I will say that I did a lot in like small, the small electronics, the 12-volt electronics, and I do a lot with LED strips with my personal computer, my whole setup, and it's a very high density LED, and it's a good quality. I don't know what the light output is like lumens wise, but I can just tell you it's a really good quality light. You put that on some glass.
You said there's 6 per inch.
6 what?
6 diodes. 6 diodes per inch.
6 diodes per inch.
Oh,
6 diodes per inch.
Yeah.
Really?
Wait,
and what did you say before, Trent?
You said 72 per foot.
Yeah, they have
per
72
foot,
of the actual LEDs per foot.
Somebody do the math. I'm my brain's not working right now.
Listen, we work construction. We don't do that's what the electrician's job. Some about ohms and lumens and 7 purple. I don't know.
So you guys excited for this year's or next year's covering?
Honestly, I haven't even registered. That's a good question, though.
Yeah,
I just registered. I'm registered. I was talking to Jordan the other day, and he was like, "Man, you haven't registered yet?" I'm like, "I'm gonna do it this week," and then I did it the same day when we talked about it, and then I posted because I guess. Wait, Donnie, how old are you?
35.
What's up?
Damn.
Donnie, 35. Damn.
Wait, Danny, right, so
there's 2 young adults, young professionals here, according to Coverings, because Coverings doesn't consider you young if you're over 35. You'll see that in the registration. I thought that was some bullshit, man. I was going for my walk that day, and I'm like, man, these motherfuckers here, man. Like, how they gotta call me old right now? But yeah, I'm registered, man.
I feel like I'm 22 years old right now.
Oh, Illumi says 6 72. Well, look at them with their smart maps.
It's in Atlanta, right?
Yeah. I'm probably driving. I'm more than likely gonna drive out there. Oh, Donnie,
yeah, I was just gonna say it's pretty close to everyone. So
yeah.
I mean, as far as close but far. Driving is gonna take probably anywhere from 9 to 12 hours.
Donnie,
or we can do like a shuttle van or something if enough of us can get together to go.
Oh hell no.
The infant is dead. He's like, no, I don't know if it'll make it back.
Absolutely.
I'll be driving over there, so more than likely I'll be doing some transporting while we're there. Because honestly, the Ubers cost more than the planes. So
Ubers are expensive.
I paid $80,
especially down there. They're gonna jack it up. They know.
Oh, they know.
I paid $80 for a 30-minute drive from the airport to the Verbo that we were at for covering. So I was pissed. Because originally we were going to split it, right? We were all going to
$80, huh?
We were going to spend it. Because it was like after 11 o'clock, and it was at an airport. And like me, Donnie, Jordan, I think Omar, we were all going to arrive within like an hour. So we were all just going to wait for each other. And then my plane's like, yeah, fuck you. We're going to, you don't have a pilot. That's what happened. So
you got.
Yeah, so I paid that $80 all out of pocket.
Yeah, you're talking about when you got to Coverings. That was your way in, on your way in, right? That's what you're talking about? Okay. I thought you were talking about why you were there.
I was in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're going to jack up the prices. They know they're going to have events. People are going to have to take Uber. They know, they know. It's prime time.
Yeah.
That's why you got to get everything now.
Yeah.
You got to register for everything now.
Yep. Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there thinking like that too right now, as far as like preparing for it.
Yeah. You guys stay down there the whole time or just a couple days? Well, I guess it's only a couple days, but it's like 3 or 4 days.
I want to kind of check the area out, so I'm going to take 3 days, two kind of, go around, see the show, and then I'm going to take a day and just kind of go around and check everything, the city out.
Yeah,
I'm doing 3 days too. Well,
yeah,
I didn't have a choice. That's what I was
Harry's
allowed
to
go for.
Falcons game. Oh,
Upper management.
Man, I want to go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium if I could, man. I would try to go get a tour or something, bro. See if they'll let me in the Falcons locker room.
My
Yeah, right.
B-boy dancer over there, man. Maybe I can see if he can get us a hookup.
What's up?
Hey,
My buddy's
try
a
it.
B-boy dancer for the Atlanta Falcons. See if he can get us a hookup.
Oh, that's what's up. I remember you telling me
Make
something about that.
make that call. Make that call, Donnie. I need that. I need that tour.
Edric, let's go. He's just now coming back from Miami. They went on a EDC cruise. So they did
wow,
this
nice.
EDC festival.
Oh
First time ever
man,
on a
those are
cruise ship.
lit, bro.
And they paid
Those
him
are
and the
so
whole
lit.
trip.
Damn,
Crazy.
I should have kept
To
breakdancing.
Bahamas and all kinds of stuff. I know, right? I should have stopped being one of those guys watching everybody else doing it and started trying to learn how to do it.
It's hard. It's tough.
Instead,
that
I
shit
was
is
out
hard.
back
It's
trying to
hard
figure
on
out how to
bikes,
do a
man.
backflip off the picnic tables.
Yeah, you need some body strength for that.
I had a homie back in the day who did it heavy, and he went to like battles and all kinds of shit. Like, and we had a friend who a big dude, but the big guy broke dan- he was a break dancer too, and he got busy. But these dudes came up with a routine one time where he did flares off of the big guy's back, bro. Set the whole place on fire, bro.
That's
That shit
crazy.
was so lit, bro.
That's
Oh man,
crazy. Yeah,
yeah. I've never been like small enough to like do all those crazy moves. Like the most I can do is some footwork and
yeah,
windmills, but I ain't flares and all that, man. I didn't have the weight for it.
You be
yeah,
spinning on your head.
yeah. Right.
Hell
People
no.
go
Nah,
crazy
man.
on it. People spin out their necks all the time. You know, like I tried a
Yeah.
little bit back in the day. You know, in high school, but I never took it seriously or anything. I just kind of wanted to learn a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Wait. So hold on. You did break dancing. Harry did break dancing. What about you, Donnie? You didn't do anything like that?
No.
Thought he was
I
a
was doing
stripper.
back- I was doing backflips.
I'm gonna hold you guys to this just like Omar, because Omar used to do this too, and I give him so much shit.
Wait, you used to do what?
Some break dancing.
Nah, really?
Yeah.
Three of us, really?
Yes, it says something about the age for you guys.
Yo, look at that.
Donnie,
We're all
aren't you the
from
youngest
80s
guy?
babies, man.
New England
Yeah.
area, up north.
Yeah.
All break
80s babies
dancing.
of it. That's where it all
That's
originated, man.
that New York in us.
All right, so at
Yeah.
Christmas, you're gonna have to go to the Luminiche booth. They're gonna have to play some music and have the lights going to it, and you three going at it.
All right, that sounds like a deal.
Hey,
They have a switch with
should-
a slider. You can like.
I'm gonna start
I should be
practicing
down on
now.
my 20 pounds by then. So yeah. I'll try it.
I'm gonna give you guys so much crap for this. You're telling
You
your
get any
age just by the break
I'm not
dancing.
trying to drink discoveries, but if you get any cranberry vodkas in me, you might just see me do everything I could.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna try. Don't worry, that's gonna be a business expense when we go to coverage. Well, that whole thing of tea, give me that.
I'm
I'll
so
have your
glad.
coffee ready for you when you need to recover the next morning.
Oh man, no. I'm not really trying.
Yeah,
to get as far as
you
I
be
got
easy
last
this
time.
year.
No,
You
it's
be
not
easy.
about Harry.
Or
Yeah,
next
my
year.
uncle up here.
Like
My
a
uncle had to. No, I'm talking to Danny, man. Danny was my uncle. Danny, what's Red Fox and Neil
Oh,
were my they adopted me that night and made sure that I didn't get out of hand.
they were there for the sake of 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, you should have heard this joker on the swing, boy.
Oh man, that was a good night.
Why is this
Good
cool?
one.
My socks are cool. Bro,
I have a video in my phone.
That dude at the swing, bro, he was not fucking playing with those swings, man. Dude, he was like he was guarding the tomb of the unknown soldier, bro. That man was walking heel toe. He's like, "Sir, your laces aren't tied tight enough." Like, oh my gosh.
I have a video in my phone, man. When I from that night when I went into the bathroom, and I was gonna post it in my story, and I'm so glad I didn't, bro. So bad, bro. I was.
Why
just
Eminem
so
guilty
bad.
conscious song in the background? Come on.
Yeah, I'm glad it did. I'm glad it. I don't know what the hell said. Don't post this. Don't post this. But I'm glad I did, man. I was so gone. Yeah, crazy.
No, what was funny is the cranberry vodka that he had left on the trash can. and I guess he just completely forgot about it. So he just ordered another one, and it was just sitting there the whole night. I'm like, Harry, is that yours? He's like, that's mine. Okay. I was like, yeah.
Surprise!
Come home, buddy. But,
There's
no,
more.
That one for later.
Harry was the life of the party at that Seek event. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh yeah. He's living his best life.
I heard there's some of the guys from Neil. I think he said that he met with some Seeker reps out there, and he mentioned me, and he was like, "Oh yeah, man, we love that guy." Talking about me.
Talking about cranberries? Oh.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, yeah. But I'm actually not drinking for a while, so I probably won't be drinking that covering. So I don't know, but I got to get my blood pressure down, man. So I'm not trying to put anything in my body that doesn't need right now.
Yeah, seeing you starting to eat a little bit healthier now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Age is creeping up on me, man.
Nah, I hear you, brother.
Yeah.
Gotta take care of that tank you got.
Exactly, man. So no drinking for a while.
I'll be the good young person here, and I will drink what you don't, so you don't have to. And I'll
Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you. You have the youth.
As long as we don't run into that dude from Coverings that made that one cranberry vodka, because that man fucking and like one little drop. Dude, even Harry was like, God.
Yeah, that I went back to him though.
He made a drink. Yeah.
It's probably like towards the end, no, where he just didn't care anymore.
Dude, he put like the glass up, and he maybe put like a teaspoon of cranberry juice in there. And Neil's like, God damn, like he gave that one to Harry. I gave mine to Harry. Harry got his own. And even Harry, like, he's like, woo.
Tastes like alcohol.
My wife does a lot of these different marketing tastings and stuff, and she had brought some kind of bullet whiskey type stuff. They have all these different flavors. She's like, "Oh yeah, come try this," and I was like, "I'll just drink beer."
Yeah, you weren't feeling, huh?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely put a little burn in your chest.
Yeah.
Or
your mouth.
Well, that's my thing with whiskeys and bourbon. That's all. I was just drinking old fashions and like drinking it straight, all at Coverings.
Ooh. That hit you hard, no?
No, I guess I'm young enough where it doesn't affect me much. I will say though, with the amount of events that we got invited to, I ordered a thing like Woodford Reserve, and I don't even think I got 2 glasses into it. And I was like,
really?
I'm either gonna chug this before I get to the airport, and I'm gonna trust that they grab my ticket and put me on the right plane. But we ended up giving it to the Uber. I was like, listen, man, we had 2 drinks out of this. Like, it's good bourbon. If not, we're gonna throw it out. Do you want it? And he's like, yeah. I think that's the best tip that man got. Donnie, you were there for that. We gave him that and the Tito's, right?
Don't let that stuff go to waste, man.
Yeah. Why would you say no, right?
My man got like a $70 tip that night with all the liquor we gave it. And I think we still gave him a tip on top of it. Yeah. That man's day.
Double tip.
So what are you looking forward to this Coverings, Danny?
Honestly, I mean, I love seeing the new tile. Really, just something different. How even just install. Sometimes big popular ones like Subway. Just kind of like just brick pattern, and installing it. You kind of get bored of it and kind of get sick of seeing it too. So it just new items, new products, new tile. Stuff like that. But mainly tile, honestly, surprisingly. But just because I saw a lot of really cool stuff last year, a lot of very, very unique tile and just design. Yeah. Like I remember going through and seeing these dog houses made out of tile. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. And they were
my God, you just reminded me. Yes, they were nice. They were really nice.
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Some of the things you can actually create with doing tile.
Oh, absolutely! You could do so much, so much. I seen people actually inspired me, making it like bookshelves, like all mitered bookshelves. Like a bookshelf.
Oh, nice!
It it was a really cool design, and everything's mitered. I'm like, wow, that was actually pretty cool, So it's like it makes you think. I'm like, maybe I'll start making some unique stuff like that on my free time. Little by little here and there. Just kind of tackle a little bit here, and then I don't know, sell it maybe. I don't know. People buy that, like a cool, unique tile bookshelf, one of a kind, really.
Absolutely. Oh man, people love those one of a kind pieces, man.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is where I go back and saying it's like art, So some people look at it like, even furniture, is a piece of art to me. When I'm like, oh wow, that's actually a really beautiful piece of furniture, and just what went into it to make it that, So it's just like people don't see the whole process sometimes. Maybe that's why I look at it as art,
Yeah, I feel like when we went to coverings last year, or I guess this year, it was so overwhelming of like just finally like meeting everybody for the first time. So I think like, at least for me, I feel like I didn't really get to experience everything that was there.
Yeah.
So like coming, I still haven't decided if I'm going to go yet. I've got to talk to my wife about it, because I think she wanted to come along and see the same stuff. But I want to actually be able to go in there and kind of just explore everything that they got there.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I feel like meeting everyone just kind of like is so much. Like every second you turn around, it's just like, hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Like so. I get what you're saying for sure. And now that everyone kind of like, not everyone, but a lot of people have met who's never met. You follow each other on social media, but it's cool to actually meet each other in person and just kind of kick it and walk around, get to know each other, and just see everything. It's all. It was fun. I had blast.
Yeah, the networking took up a lot of our time, and just the social aspect of it. Meeting all these influencers and people that you've been talking and commenting on people's posts for so long, and now you finally get to see each other for the first time. So that part definitely took a lot out of it. But just like you said, man, I definitely am looking forward, because I recall looking through my phone and just I caught so much cool tile on my phone, but I wasn't. It was from my I was looking at my phone instead of looking at the tile.
Yeah,
so
actually engaged with it.
Yeah, so this time around, I definitely want to, and not only for that reason, not just because I'm a touchy feely type of person. I like to see and kind of understand everything. But Donnie, you and I have talked about the possibility of like starting a showroom one day, and I want to kind of like understand and talk to some of those people. So I think I'm actually going to show up there one day with like a collar shirt or something like that, and try to make myself look a little more the part for those people, because I know last year a lot of us we kind of felt like, oh man, like those type of that side of coverings didn't really I guess for the lack of a better term, like they weren't really so interested in installers. That's kind of like an opinion that was kind of widespread amongst the people that were there. A lot of people felt that way, but I feel like not that I need to. I'm not trying to dress to impress anybody, but I mean, you dress to look apart, and I feel like maybe one day I'll go in there just regularly and do the tile thing and the installer and see all the tools, and then the following day I'm probably going to go in there just a little more professional and get to know some of these distributors and things like that. And then maybe the third day, go do the Falcons tour.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, we'll see.
Your head on the Falcons logo.
Oh my God! If they let me on the logo, man, let me stop thinking like this, because I don't even know if I'm gonna actually go to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But if they have like while we're there, if I'm gonna try to like coordinate everything, if while I'm there, I have the opportunity to like go tour that place, man, I am definitely going to. Sure. Yeah.
I mean, I think you should, just because you're there,
Yeah.
You planning on bringing anybody with you, Danny?
Me? I'm not sure, honestly, yet. I mean, I've been talking to a couple people from Florida around this area, so I'm not. It's up in the air, kind of playing it by ear right now. But I have been talking to a couple people to see what's up, but nothing's set in concrete.
Yeah.
Word.
I'm excited for it. And if anybody else is like me and has not registered, go register because it's free.
Yeah. Yep. It is. Yeah, I'm excited. See what's up.
Do we know the dates yet?
I think it's April 24th, maybe. I'm not sure.
Maybe
it's sometime in April.
Yeah.
It was April. It was April this year too, right? It was in April.
Yeah, it's like mid-April.
Yeah, so it's got to be around the same.
17th, I think, is when the covering show this year was.
That's when it started.
Yeah.
To the 23rd. 17th, 18th, 19th, 20, 21, 22, 23. So it's 6 days.
No,
I got
from
there
the
on the
17th
17th.
to the 21st, no?
I don't remember. Well, hold on, I got my pass up here. Oh, but it doesn't have the date on it. I've got my I've got my coverings ticket still. It was the first one I went to. So
I heard somebody knock on a door.
Yeah,
that was me. I tapped my cherry, but I realized when I did it, he looked back and he thought, I was like, oh man, I hope you don't think somebody's just knocking on his door.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Not around here. They'll run into some trouble.
You plan on attending any other kind of shows?
Me?
Yeah.
Nothing planned yet. I eventually want to go to World Concrete again. I know it was in Vegas. They have it, and I went a couple.
Wait, you've been there?
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so I actually used to, back in Connecticut. I used to work for Contractors Direct. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them or not, but they distribute tile masonry, tools and equipment and stuff like that. And when I was working for them, I got to go to a lot of seminars and shows and stuff like that. So, I got to go to Paris, I went to Chicago, Vegas, a couple different spots. Yeah. So, I always been keeping up on all the, products and, try to go to all the seminars, like I said before, just kind of keep learning.
So we didn't really ask how exactly did you get into tile then, since you kind of brought that up.
Well, one of my buddies back in the day, my buddy Nick, I went to high school with. He's the one who actually got me into tile. I mean, I always grew up doing carpentry, and I knew a lot of people just always doing carpentry. Like my father was a carpenter, and a couple of my buddies growing up, their parents and fathers were, and so I was always doing carpentry at first, and then kind of got into tile just through my buddy Nick. He's like, "Hey, you want to try tile out?" I'm like, "You know what? Yeah, let me give it a shot." And then I kind of fell in love with it, honestly. So from that point on, it's a long time now. Started at 18. I'm gonna be 40 years old, so it's been a minute. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
You've been doing tile as long as I've been alive. Put that in perspective for you. Well, was it for 22 years almost on the dot, right? 18 to now, so that's what 22.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah.
And I'm 22 years old, so you're tiling in 01.
As long as wow, that's crazy to think about.
And it's changed quite a bit, huh?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I remember, especially the leveling systems, or, the clips. It's not actually leveling it, but, the clips. I remember I used to do it without, there were no clips back then, so everything by hand, you kind of, rub your hand against it, make sure it's good. But see, the thing I always noticed back then when you're doing that, you can have it perfect. Come back the next day and it's like up or down a little bit, just because of the weight and the way it dries, so it's like, damn it, now the clips make a huge difference, as far as for sure. You see everyone uses them now, I mean, why wouldn't you? Just because it just makes the job easier, faster, it comes out better and flatter, so it's just no brainer.
I'm at the point where I think I'm going to start even not just the clips, but I think I'm going to start using spacers at all my intersecting grout lines and shit like that whenever I can. Just because, like you said, sometimes I see that when everything is perfect, using the leveling system and whatnot, but just like you said, sometimes you come back the next day and it feels like grout lines got a little pinched in areas or something like that, and I'm like, man, this shit was fucking perfect yesterday. What the fuck?
Horseshoes are so versatile. Like you can do
Yeah.
like cross sections, lay them on their side. I love the horseshoes and the wedges. Sometimes the wedges are nice because you're like, I need to widen that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's another reason why I also like those Perfect Level Master, because they have, and at the tip of their wedges, they have the 1/8, 1/16. So you can use those, but I want to use something that's gonna just like kind of make sure that nothing shifts or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe you guys can suggest something for that.
Well, I mean, for me personally, what I see is like when you tighten it, especially the wedges and clip system, it's like when you tighten it, sometimes they'll move it, the clip will move either to the left or the right of the tile and widen in the joint. So it's got to make
Right,
sure,
right.
before, kind of, tap it the opposite way, tighter to the grout joint so you can push the tile, closer to it.
Yes,
And,
yeah. I've been learning
yeah.
that's kind of that you have to do that, because if you don't, they're definitely going to spread on you.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people definitely using a lot more, like you said, horseshoe shims or just wedges in between the clips. It
Hmm.
definitely breaks off easier and cleaner for sure. Because the clip isn't tight against the tile, so it's less pressure and it's gonna clean, break
So
easier.
your son over there, he prefers the spinny ones.
Yeah, spin tops.
I've tried those. I'm not a big fan of them, and I'm all about trying different products and different systems and different ways. And for me, I don't know. I always feel like it's you got to use your hand a little bit too much as far as like twisting it all. Like
Well, I'm unorganized, so the little fucking thing, I'm gonna lose that. Even if it's like I will have it under my foot and spend 5 minutes looking for it. So that's why I like the thing. Now that being said, you get like one of these on your finger. From
yeah,
Nice
this is
blister.
from pulling mosaics off of the sheet, but you'll get that. But like Spin Doctor makes a little tool that you can stick in it, which is nice until you lose it. So defeats the purpose. But leave me alone with my twist tops, Donnie.
It's like
Which
everybody
brand
likes
is it
these
you like
wedges.
though,
mate.
Me? Or
Jeremiah? Yeah, which spin ones do you like? Because I've never used any of them.
I use the Russo Spin Doctors, which I actually had a
Oh,
minor
okay,
heart
okay.
attack. I like the Doctor tops, but at my best tiles, they no longer sell the bases or the tops. So their Spin Doctor tops fit on the Ruby bases, but the
Oh,
Ruby
okay, okay.
tops suck. The Cyclones, I'm sorry, they suck. But I had a major heart attack because everybody knows here that those clips, the reusable portion, you have a small investment in those. So when they're no longer compatible, I had like 5 boxes and each of them are like 250 of these. And I'm like,
Really?
what do you mean you don't carry them? They're like, oh yeah, it fits the rubies. I'm like, okay, thank God.
Yeah, that would have been a
Hey,
lot to
so
eat.
you brought up mosaics. I've recently had to do a couple, and I'm gonna ask this question to you, Danny, first, because you have the
You
most
killed that
experience,
hex
I
though.
think.
What's up, bud? What do we got?
Yeah, but dude, man, the mosaic tile is so
Yeah.
tedious. Like, how do you find good quality mosaic tile? Like, obviously, don't fucking shop at Lowe's, right?
No, definitely
Well,
not.
even still, I mean, you can go to some of these stores, man, and you're still gonna get shit mosaics. Like
Yeah.
I don't. It's just the way that they're
Yeah.
manufactured,
I
dude.
know
Like
you
they
had
don't
some
care.
trouble with some recently.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Me?
like
Yes, I
shuttling
have.
chocolate.
Well,
No,
Wait,
no,
who?
Donnie.
Oh.
freaking
Oh,
possessed.
yes, he has. Yeah, that fucking shit looked like a hell of a fucking job, bro.
Recently, that was like what, like 2
Yeah,
weeks ago,
2 weeks
maybe?
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
2 weeks ago.
I found that same
Yeah.
tile in my Lowe's and I tagged him in it. I'm like thinking about you.
Like,
Yeah, I
God,
mean,
don't remind me.
sometimes you just get bad sheets. It's you just gotta work with what you're given, really. I mean,
So,
And it's not really her fault, because we wasn't originally going to do that whole wall. We were originally just going to stop right at the window right there. And when
yeah,
I got there that day, she's like, "Hey, I can just order more tile. I want to do the rest of the wall." And I'm like, "All right." I get the tile, and it's like terrible.
that must have took you forever to do and make it look good,
Oh
right?
man, I spent so much time over there, and I'm like, God, dude, I should be done with this already.
Yeah. I mean, you got to
literally had a
work with
piece
it though.
every,
It's like
you know.
you know, you're moving all these pieces that you shouldn't even be having to worry about. You know.
There was one spot in between the two windows in that dining area where I actually like had to use the last piece was from a bad sheet. The tiles were good, but it was different size. I
Yeah.
had to shave down the very last tile to a smaller piece just to get it to fit in there. And I'm like, I hated it so much, but I'm like, she said, just make it work. You know,
Wow. Yeah.
it's the last piece. I was like, man, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Like, every
Yeah.
situation is different, you know? Just gotta work with what you're given with.
Would
Mosaics are
you?
great, but they're also shit.
They're tedious,
Yeah.
for sure.
Because the reason I asked because I saw Steve, the bathroom remodeling teacher. He posted recently about the difference in mosaics and the backing and the. I don't know if you saw my story. I posted the gray hexagon mosaics that I did this past week.
I didn't
What
see
was the
it,
Um,
no.
budget on that?
they
Because usually those are always an uphill battle.
Oh, yeah.
So, going to, well, I guess referring to Steve's video, he said that the way you determine like what's a good quality mosaic is by the backing. Like most of the time, they have that mesh. So I don't really know how you can, I mean, distinguish what's better than the other. But if they all have that mesh, I don't know if it's the type of mesh. But the ones that I installed this week, they were they were all held together with like a tiny little piece of glue. So the back
Yeah,
of the
the back
tile was
stuff.
complete. They didn't have any mesh. It
Yeah.
mesh. It was just the back of the tile, and I figured that that would be a good quality tile because there's nothing in between to kind of. Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are
Well,
dot sets. I know what you're talking about. Little tan, like adhesive dots on each side.
yeah,
Yeah.
they weren't bad to install, but I kind
Got
of
it.
wish I had taken them all out of the box and stacked them like the way, one on top of each other. And if there was any that were off, I would have set those to the side and used whatever was consistent first.
Mm.
Um, Honestly, I figured that out in the shower earlier today too. I didn't do that when I was
Yeah.
doing the job, but I wish I had done that. Because there was a couple of sheets, especially when I had to like meet the area because I tiled the big rectangle area first, and I tiled around the toilet the following day. But when it was time for me to tile around the toilet, the shit wasn't meeting.
Oh,
Like
really?
nothing would. It didn't matter which way I went, which sheet I grabbed. Like it wouldn't meet. So I ended up having to take like two whole sheets off and set them one by one.
Oh,
Oh my
wow.
god, bro! Yeah, dude, it
Wow, that's a
was,
nightmare.
it was, it was, and I honestly, and because it was right around the toilet, I was so self conscious. Like, fuck, they're gonna notice all of this shit. It was set by hand,
Yeah.
but when I went back and routed, bro, it all looked good, and the dude was like, "Man, this all looks good." His wife was like, "It looks good." I was like, "Oh my god, it looks good."
No,
I
sometimes
was so.
sometimes it's all an illusion, man. And I've had to come back on like the crap. Like sometimes you'll get the like the octagons or the hexagons, or they're like they have like 5 or 6 sides or whatever they need, but they're not even. And
Yeah.
sometimes you got to go back in with the grinder and like touch up the grout lines and whatnot. It's almost like every time you think you're done, you see like a whole new set of problems, and it's just
Well, for
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
in my experience, you know, doing mosaics, I've always noticed that they were always off. Like, there hasn't been like one like where I'm like, oh wow, this is some really quality mosaic. You know, like there's always something off. You know,
Yeah.
especially towards the end where they're supposed to meet. That's where I notice most of the mosaics are off. Like, I don't know if it's just because of the way it's like packaged, it gets twisted or whatever, but
Hmm.
I've had some really bad mosaics where I had to literally take them off and set them one by one.
oh yeah,
I mean, these are bigger
Wow.
tiles, but at the same time they were just so bad that you know it so off square, and the way they were put on the sheet, they weren't consistent, all the way around as far as the
Hmm.
grout lines
yeah.
go.
You got to
Like,
cut the
any
mesh and
little twist
cheat.
is going to throw everything off. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
Man, when
yeah.
I first started doing tile work, I had a backsplash from Lowe's that was exactly the subway tiles, but it had the little glue pieces in it, and that was the first time I've ever seen it. And after I got done, I put it on the wall. she complained so bad that the grout lines were so crooked, which they were straight, but like they were pinched in different spots and shit.
Yeah.
And
Especially, like I said, right where they
complaining
join.
so bad. And I'm like, listen, you need to tell this lady to go look at this tile she bought. Like, I installed it. That's what I was there to do. The tile was fucked up.
You guys, Donnie, do you remember the bathroom I did where I had someone notch out that eye joist and I spent like a month trying to get the engineer to sort it out? That whole bathroom, they had like subways, but it's on a mosaic, dude. And I peeled every last one of them off. And of course, it was like a cheap mosaic too. So like, you know, it's bad when you can like flick the sheet and they all fall off.
Oh yeah. For sure.
They definitely make some.
You think I'm joking here? Really like that. Like the bad ones, when you have the bad mosaics, are when you run it on your wet saw, right, and it just falls apart, right? Then you're like,
yeah.
But you know, a good mosaic, you can run it through the wet saw and it'll be fine. But it's at least from the backing perspective, there's always, like Danny said, some little hiccup.
They've got some that have a good quality thick mesh on the back of them that can hold it pretty well. Sometimes it's a bitch to even cut it. Like that one that, you know, that same that backsplash I just did with the Spider-Man suit. You did that same tile. That shit was hard as hell to cut off of there. Those were so hard to
because
cut
there's no grout lines. It's just like butted right up against each other.
Yeah. And then they also have like a layer of glue or something on the back of it to still hold that shit on there. And it was difficult to cut off.
But over time, that mesh doesn't like cause any issues over time with like separation, or I mean, how is it all just adhered properly?
I mean, as long as you got enough Thinset coverage.
You still have the tile too.
I mean, it almost acts as a membrane, like it keeps it together. Once it's thin-setted, I mean, it's like it's meshed together as one piece. So in all reality, it probably helps it. At least in my mind, I would think.
Gotcha. Well, I just wasn't sure because when you put it on the wet side, sometimes it gets wet and it causes some separation. So I don't know if like there's any, but I mean, I guess that's all within the chemicals of the Thinset that makes it all bond properly. But I did want to. Shit, man, I just lost my train of thought. I was gonna ask something else.
We can get them on the next one.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll definitely have to do that. Danny, this podcast was this episode was long overdue.
Yeah, bud. Yeah, so. I know. It's been.
He said, "No." Oh, no.
No, I said, "Yeah, I know."
Oh man, it's already
February of last year.
It's like my damn son's got a podcast, and I'm just now getting on this bitch.
But
you didn't tell. No, actually, no, I can't be right. 22, yeah, no, almost.
No, you'd be 18. You'd have to be 18 when you had me. If you're 40,
right.
You're going on 40.
So it could be a thing.
So,
Jeremiah, you sure you know your real parents?
Yeah, so you sure you didn't make a trip out to North Carolina? I mean, I know I'm Hispanic. From what I know, it's Bolivian, but you know,
it's close. Same
There
continent.
are some similar features.
It's the beard, man. It's the beard.
Yeah,
23 and me, man. Let's get it done.
Well, I feel like I'm 23, so.
23 and
well, it was great to have you on, Danny. We definitely got to get back on at some point, you know, but we do have to worry, you know, start bringing us in and wrapping us up because we'll ramble on for hours on end.
Oh, absolutely.
We're all guilty of that. But, you know, thanks again. Tell us where we can find you on social media and whatnot.
Yeah, so my Instagram's Danny Thinset, and you know, I've been posting a good amount. I've tried to keep up on it. So, and anyone watching right now, if you see my stickers and you want one, hit me up, DM me. Jeremiah, show them what's up.
Yeah.
Again, I give out the community.
Note.
All you gotta do is DM me, hit me up, give me your address, and I'll send you some.
In the mail the next day.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, but it's great talking to everyone. Man. We'll catch up, and I'll see you guys next year at Coverings.
Yeah, man, for sure. I didn't even realize the hour had already passed, but yeah, man.
Have fun, brother.
Get out of here. Yeah, man.
We'll see you on the next episode.
Before you end this,